What's up everyone, welcome to another episode of Random 2v2. For today I want to do a couple of experiments. I already figured out a bunch of really good army compositions for 2v2, but I still feel like there's so much more to figure out, both when it comes to casual and top level play. I was even thinking that as a Terran you could potentially open with 2 factories on the one base and then some really big pushes. Some of the best strategies that I figured out are strategies that don't work in 1v1 at all. And I feel like we need to be a little bit wilder in 2v2. So for today, I'm going to try a couple of those strategies that you might think are bad, but in reality could be very good. Who knows? Let's begin. Alright, the first game of the day is with a Protoss player against a Terran and a Zerg. Now, today there's a couple of things I wanted to see with Zerg. I'm not sure if I'm going to play Zerg every game. I think I'm just going to go with the vibes. But anyway, with Zerg typically, I feel like I figured out the best way to play Zerg in team games, which is mostly to just make a lot of Zerglings, because Zerglings are just really good in team games, even better than in 1v1. I know Zerglings are good in 1v1 too, but Zerglings in 2v2, they really do go hard. And then my favorite follow-up has become to make Ultras, and I feel like overall, that is a style that I could play forever, because I just think it's awesome, and I'm not that fantastic at it, so I can keep improving on it and stuff. But I also don't want to, put myself into one corner and only play the same styles. Not sure yet, my friend. So, one thing that I was thinking of is I would like to see if I could do a different follow-up to doing a Zergling opening. So, for example, I would like to try going either for a Spire or for Infestation Pit. For either Swarmos, Mutas, Corruptors, or Infestors, by the way, like all these options are open, but without feeding. I tried a couple times that my teammate would feed me with Mutas and Swarmos, and it seems cool, but the gameplay becomes a little, like you're just gonna be focused on only making Swarmos and trying to kill everything, which can definitely be fun. Or you're just flying a million Mutas around while your teammate doesn't have that much stuff, and I'm curious if that could be, done to a similar degree of, how would I say this, success without being fed, right? That's what I'm curious about. Because feeding is fun as long as your ally also stays in the game. At least that's my opinion. Like, I like the idea of actually having cooperative feeding. You help each other. Oh no, sometimes I have too much gas, send it to my ally, stuff like that. I don't like the kind of feeding where your teammate's just not playing the game anymore, which happens a lot when you play that kind of feeding where you go Muta or Swarm host. And I also want to play some Roaches. Now, Roaches is definitely not going to be any kind of crazy experiment because, I feel like most Zergs play Roaches. But did he just recall the probe? Ooh, okay, I actually like that. Reaper, okay, good intel. Loving the comms already, that's very nice. Let's see, does he need me to defend him? Probably not. Did I just make an Overlord or not? No, I didn't, okay. But I'm not very well versed with Roaches in 2v2, so I also want to try working on that myself. I'm gonna cut one worker out of gas. That should be enough. I don't know where the Reaper is. I haven't seen the Reaper yet. That actually annoys me a little bit because I feel like it should have been... Okay, I see it there. I'm gonna go for a little counterattack because it's pretty annoying to deal with that as Terran sometimes. Really good. Well done by my teammate over there. Fantastic. Now, what I can do on this map is take the gold base. You know what? I think I'm going to go for a Roach attempt on this map, because the gold base is going to be super nice for that. He also went Reactor before Factory, by the way, which is not going to be that great for him. Now, let's see if I can annoy him a little bit. Oh, he's actually going to let me in. That's what I'm talking about, dude. It would have been so funny if he walled himself out. Oh, no! The SCV RNG. I would have loved to kill that SCV. That would have been such an annoying block for him, but sadly not going to happen. This guy does not have a base. Well, he does actually have a base. It's just here, I think, somewhere, because it doesn't really add up otherwise. How is this Zergling alive? What on earth is that? Let's see, is there a command center over here? Oh no, his Zergling speed just finished. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a couple Zerglings myself then. Oh, my D key is still so messed up. Let me just let him know there. My teammate is a good communicator. I should be as well. Now, I should probably go for a lair pretty soon, I think. Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe I just didn't see that. Oh, yeah, he's completely right. I should have told him that I do think he has one, but he already realized himself, so... It's always nice when your teammate is a bit smarter than you, Then it feels like you're in safe hands. I'm not sure if the rest of you feel like that, but I kind of do feel like that. Okay, let's see. Do we go for a lair yet? I think I do want to go for a lair because I want to make Roach speed. Do I want to go for pure mass Roach Ravager? I'm not sure about that yet. I'm gonna make a couple safety roaches. Like, I think I made 3. And that's gonna be enough for now. I'm gonna try to take the watchtowers, because I feel like if you play Zerg, that is kind of your duty to take those. And then I don't want to send all the drones over here, because if they get denied by some kind of harassment, I don't know if it's going to be like a mass link flood or let's say like a double drop by the Terran. That would be a little annoying. I think I need to make a couple more roaches to deal with that. Then I'm going to send... I guess I'll make 1 gas over here. Didn't I make an extra queen? I thought I made an extra queen. I guess I'm crazy. Okay, does he have blink? I think he has blink. Can I actually see if he has that? I don't think I can see that. Okay, he's gonna go into the main base. I hope he's paying attention. It does look like he's paying attention, luckily. Guess I'll just send my 2 roaches to deal with this. I did lose a couple more drones that I would have liked over here. Yeah, the medevac is still AFKing there in that dead space. My team is paying really good attention. Loving the teamwork by my teammate over here, by the way. Absolutely fantastic to see. I'm gonna go for roach speed now. I'm actually catching a couple of roaches here, which is great. Let's see. Okay, is he paying attention to this? I hope he is. I don't know what's in there. Let me just ping it for him again. I guess that will be nice. I'm still killing a couple of roaches. Let's see. I would imagine that it's just marines in there, but I'm also not 100% sure. Dude, these lings have killed like 4 roaches or something. That's kind of insane. I think at this point I can probably get my extra gases. It looked like they were attacking me, but I'm not really sure anymore. Let's see. He doesn't have upgrades on them yet. He doesn't have drones on that base. I have 48 drones, which means I'm definitely ahead in drones compared to Mr. Guy over here. I'm actually tempted to make some spine crawlers. Should I make some spines, maybe? Maybe one in the mineral line would be nice. So if he's going to be on the high ground over here, my workers can actually do something against them. Let me send 1 drone over here to saturate the mineral line. Same with this base. Now, there's a lot of roaches here. If my teammate just helps me with this, we're going to be absolutely completely fine. But he does have to help me right away. I know he has more than enough stalkers for this. That's why I'm not worried. I have a good amount of roaches as well. Drop has not hit my main base yet. Probably should keep a couple roaches over there. I still don't know if that drop is going to come back or what's actually going on with that. Let's see. Do need to get my double evolution chamber going on. I'm playing a very safe double roach game here, by the way. Like, it's actually kind of absurd. Okay, so he's hitting at the front. The spine crawler's doing a lot of work over here. And I think we're going to have all the tools we'll need. Wait, can I... Oh, look at that splash damage. That's so nice. Maybe this one too? Barely not going to go for it. But the stalkers are going to be super good against the roaches. And as long as my teammate micros this, I think we're going to be completely fine. So far, my teammate has been doing an absolutely fantastic job, so I'm really not too worried. Yeah, that was actually disgusting. The 4 roaches to tank for the marines, that was messed up, dude. Look at that. Okay, now I'm getting on top of the marines. I think my teammate has shaved off a couple of roaches, but I'm going to lose the base. All in all, not the biggest deal. My teammate's going to go up to 4 bases. I am going to definitely rely on him a little bit, though. That's the thing that I don't like as much, having to rely on the ally. Because I want to be in the game and I want to have some control myself. But so far, my teammate has not shown me any reason to doubt him. Like, he's been playing absolutely perfect so far. Even though I'm going to be the one down in bases, I think all in all, we're going to be ahead in the game. And that is all I need. Now, I'm going to switch up my play a little bit here. And I'm going to go for tunneling claws. Because if you're behind in the game economically, you kind of need to find yourself another way to make yourself useful. And being sneaky with, for example, things like DTs, Banshees, you know, battle cruisers, oracles, whatever it's going to be, Tempest maybe even using the long range, that's the right way to go about it. And I think tunneling claws is going to be the way for me to do that. My teammate also has 1-1, which is just fantastic, by the way. Now, I still have more than 50 drones. Can probably resaturate this base already. Don't think I really have to wait for my stuff to finish. What I'm scared of is that their Terran does look kind of powerful. Oh, I kind of wanted to fight together with his zealots. If he would jump on this army, we would kill it, by the way. That's why I would like to, but I guess it's not going to happen this time. I'm just going to keep spamming roaches. When is that going to finish? Actually, the upgrade. Tunneling, I don't even know how long... Oh, it doesn't even take that long. Very nice. Okay, perfect. Then let's see. Okay, it looks like they're coming across with their army. My teammate is not in position to deal with it for now. That is a little bit unfortunate. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to go for a big counterattack with this. I am going to lose this base for sure, because my teammate was not standing in front of it. And then, yeah, just need to make sure we don't lose too much to it, honestly. That's the biggest thing here. Let's try to get my drones back, and then I'm going to go for a big counterattack with this amount of roaches. Going to catch a couple hydras. My teammate is fighting. I don't actually want to fight right now, because my roaches would not have enough impact. So I'm gonna go for a lot of counter damage. He's retreating with the Stalkers, which I really like seeing. And then I just need to make sure to save my roaches up on this ramp over here. So I can also just kill these... I can't believe this Widow Mine actually ended up blocking me. That's kind of annoying. Let me just make sure to target the Marauders over there. And then I'm gonna go for a burrow, and I'll just split the units. Let's see, try to get a couple in the main as well. They don't seem to have a scan, which is quite interesting. Wait, we're actually gonna be able to get in the... Oh, this is so freaking annoying, actually, for them. Look at this. I'm getting in the bases, and I'm gonna be able to do so much damage over here. These drones are also gonna fall, whatever drones he has remaining. Okay, I didn't manage to burrow that one in time. Let's see if I can get some more damage on over here. Looks like we will. There we go. Overseer is ready, so I have to be careful for that. He's scanned, but he doesn't have enough Marines to kill the roaches anyway if I would burrow, so that's kind of funny. I think the scan's gonna run out. Yeah, he's gonna have to use another scan for that. That is very, very nice. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get into this back base over here. Retake my bases at the same time. And I think with my teammate taking care of his economy so well, we are gonna find ourselves into a really good spot over here. Okay, these roaches... I'm just going to burrow it over here in case. Look at this. It's going to be so brutal. There's going to be so many workers falling. That is absolutely awesome. And I'm going to send these workers... I actually still have a couple of roaches over here. I had more roaches than I realized. Very, very nice. I am really worried about the upgrades, by the way. The upgrades are going to make sure that my roaches are going to die super, super hard. And a lot of units are being lost here. A lot of roaches are in the main base as well. I can probably burrow this barely. Exactly. And now my teammate's army. Okay, he has a Colossus. He needs to be careful. I'm actually going to unburrow the roaches in his army to tank for his Colossus. I didn't plan for that at all, I'll be honest, but that ended up being a pretty fantastic play. Now my teammate, I think he barely does not have enough units to push through, and I mostly say it because roaches are pretty good against Colossus, actually. So he's going to have to be careful for this. It does look like he's going to lose the Colossus, but in the end, the trades were very good. And keep in mind that their economy is absolutely shattered at this point, right? Like, they barely have an economy right now. I still have enough roaches to send everywhere. And if I learned anything this game, it's not necessarily that roaches are... I mean, I think roaches are a good way to play, actually. Didn't really get to show it this game, but I'm convinced they are. But tunneling claws is actually an awesome play, right? Because it's just, there's so many bases to tunnel into that it's just really hard for them to actually deal with it. Now, I should probably check that there's no base up here. I'm gonna be able to kill a queen. Actually, I can just run through. Man, maybe I should just one-shot the turret. Force them to use a scan. Barely not gonna happen, I think, exactly. So there's no base over there. The nice thing about roaches is that they're pretty cheap, so you can actually afford so many of them, which is absolutely awesome. These are the kind of team games I really like, by the way, where you can tell that both players are just trying their best to pull the weight, you know? Like, a lot of times in team games, people have their own strategy and they just do that. But here, my teammate's helping me a lot. I'm trying my absolute best to help him. And in the end, we play an absolutely beautiful game. Yo, wait, he actually was playing like my Protoss a little bit. My 2v2 partner Goblin has been making fun of me because I always go to 100 probes and above. But I'm actually a massive fan of it because you can just simply warp in so many units. Like, look at this economy over here. 180 supply, and he still had bank. I don't think it was my bank, right? I did give him the money, but I don't think I had that much. Could be wrong. But anyway, 180 supply with a lot of money. His income was, you know, not quite all of us combined, but it was close enough. Honestly, very good income. And that was a beautiful game. Tunneling close was not an intended experiment today, but it was a fantastic one because now I have a new strategy. I do think I need to work on a new roach build, by the way. Obviously, it's kind of hard to, you know, figure out how to play roaches in 2v2 because I was getting attacked by 2 players. If my teammate isn't helping me, there's no amount of roaches that can actually help me with that. So I'm not even sure if my build was that bad or not, but I should probably copy a better one. Well, Tunneling Claws, definitely a follow-up I'm going to keep in my portfolio. Let's go to the second game. All right, game number 2 is going to be... No, I'm playing against my trusted ally, Skyline. It's a mirror matchup, actually. Zerg Protoss against Zerg Protoss. Now, Puff, I've actually lost against him a couple times. And I think, if I remember correctly, it's because he is a good aggressive player. So often when I'm trying some crazier strategies, he tends to kind of mess us up with some aggressive stuff. Now, let's see. I know the way the Protoss player plays. I think that going for... Is this like a cannon rush or something? Oh no, he's just expanding on the low ground. I think that going for roaches against him, I'm not entirely confident that I could make that happen. He also already saw that I do like tunneling claws, by the way, at least assuming that he was paying attention to what I was doing, which is not necessarily a given because he was obviously busy playing the game himself. But especially on this map where there's like 4 bases on a ramp, I do like this low ground expand, by the way. just different topic entirely, but I actually love the low ground expand. This guy, wait, this is really funny. I think he's gonna go for the evolution chamber block. I saw him do it before. I think, he's gonna block his with an evolution chamber. Puff, what do you do in life except play? I guess that guy plays a lot. He's Evo chamber blocking you. Yeah, there you go. It's just like such a dumb thing to say. Hey bro, careful for the evolution chamber block. It's a really cool build. I know he likes to do it against Protoss. I played against him before. But alright. I wanted to say, oh my goodness, that's awesome. I really like the low ground expand because you don't see it a lot in 2v2, but I actually think it's pretty awesome to do. So, you know, it's gonna help keep the natural safe. Ideally, I think you do these together with a Terran or a Protoss, so he can also wall off, and then you're completely safe. But it is what it is. You know, I also was curious if I could play one of those crazy macro hatch builds that we sometimes see my opponents do. I think it was in the recent video where I did like cheesing 10 Grandmasters in an hour, where someone just randomly had a third hatchery building. If we're not gonna go for queens, you can actually afford that. I'm not quite sure if that's a good build, but it is what it is. Now this game, I think I have decided that I'm not gonna go for the roaches. I'm gonna go for Zerglings. And I'm gonna try a different kind of follow-up. So that Protoss player does not seem to go for Stargate. And if you don't go for Stargate, Mutalisks are extremely strong. So I think that's what I want to go for. I do kind of want to make +1 melee links first. That's well wasted money. Okay, these guys have some banter going on, don't they? Look at that. I can't really take his base because the creep is so strong these days. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him have that base, honestly. I'll just take this base over here. I'm a good teammate, guys. Promise. Let's see, is there an Overlord building here? I always forget whether I'm building an Overlord or not. There's no third base being taken yet from the Zerg, which is always a little bit suspicious. Here we go. Hopefully he's gonna be appreciative of me letting him take that base and not like, bro, you're so stupid. Why didn't you take the base, you know? Let's see. Or not. Ooh. Mystical banter going on. Okay, we have 30 drones. I think I probably want to be making some Zerglings right now. I still haven't seen any kind of like aggression or third base or anything. You know, I don't really know much about these guys right now. I'm just going off the knowledge I have of Mr. Protoss player, which is that he's probably not going to play Oracle, which I really don't know for sure. But I'm going to do a little bit of a link flood, mostly because I'm scared. Let me take the watchtowers. Once again, that is kind of your duty as Zerg player. I'm not even sure if I properly took them last game. I think I probably intended to take them and then, I don't know, I maybe F2'd my Zerglings back because they were attacking me or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to go for the armor upgrades. We're going to get the watchtower over here. Or for the melee upgrade, rather. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of Zerglings on the way. You're going to want to run from that, my friend. That's a scary amount of links. Pretty cool wall of the he is going on here. Yeah, it's indeed going to be some kind of link flood, so I'm just going to have to spam links like crazy myself. I am mostly worried about the Protoss ally. Not mine, but, you know, their ally. Because if he's going to go for an Oracle, then it's going to be tough to deal with. This is an amazing fight for us, by the way. Holy cow. Fighting together. I think I can actually target the Banelings. Let's see if I can get away with that. I'm going to target this one as well. I think I'm barely going to get it. Exactly, we do get it, and that is awesome. Just want to make sure that... I guess I can surround the Stalkers. Their Zerg player should be helping. That's why I'm a little bit confused over here. Okay, I'm going to get Stalker number 1, and then I'm going to back off. Okay. I just want to fight behind the Zealots. That's how I want to fight. I don't want to fight any other way. Seems like my Zerglings are doing absolutely fantastic, and here you can see that the Zerglings are... extreme. Oh, an offensive GG. Oof. You can't be going like that, my friend. That is not my jam. I was enjoying a little bit of banter, but that's not how we roll, my friend. I do have good upgrades, and the best thing about this, by the way, is that my teammate was able to do this with like 4 units. Like, that's why the Zerglings were so good. I was just able to fight together with his units, and then the DPS of the Zerglings is just insane. This guy's making mass bailing. I wanted to know that he is making that. Probably back off, my friend. He has charge already. That's kind of crazy. Okay, I mean, this is just 100% a counter-attack angle. I'm never going to be able to fight against these bailings, that is for sure. Especially because I'm going for Mutas already. I do not really like these splits. He's going for DTs, which I think is pretty nice. I don't really like the idea of... Actually, I'm baiting his entire army back, which is quite nice. But he might not have Blink. Does he not have Blink? Okay, he does have Blink. Ooh, that could have been absolutely devastating for him. I'm going to fight against these Stalkers, especially because he just blinked. The Zerg is probably going to come back for this as well, if I would have to guess. Could be wrong on that. And now I can start my Spire that I've been wanting to build. He did actually come back. Let's see if I can get one more Stalker. I do get that extra Stalker, which is very nice. And now I think I'm going to make a couple spines over here. The DT... DTs got nothing done, I guess? Oh, no, they're in the main base. Like, I was wondering where the hell did the DTs go. Really good time to go for DTs, by the way. I wasn't sure about it initially, but the fact that it pulled them back entirely is what's going to make this, you know, be an awesome decision for him. And this game, I actually really like the Spire. The thing is that they're playing so aggressive that I don't think I'm going to be able to use it that much. But here, the non-feeding Spire is actually a really good idea, I think. Because we're playing against a Stargate-less Protoss. Yeah, you know what? I do really like it. Because it seems like they have given up on the attack. Let me just scare these Stalkers back for a little bit. That shouldn't be too hard. Zealots are decimating the workers. And then I can back off easily. See, get a couple more... Actually, I only need one worker over there. Saturate these gases perfectly. And I'm going to make more over here. Probably make a couple spines there, too. Probably should keep counterattacking with the Zerglings as well, I think. Let's see, the Spire is going to be done soon. I don't really have the money to make a lot of mutas right away, but that's all right. Let's see, let's get you over there. Maybe make another sneaky spine crawler here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they had the watchtower and see my Zerglings coming, but I think that is completely fine, actually. Let's see, I'm going to make 5 mutas. Okay, he was paying attention. That's really nice to know. I love the scouting intel, just to know that my opponents are still at home. That's going to allow me to start a bunch more drones. And I can even start a 4th hatchery over here. I think at this point my teammate must be very happy with me that I allowed him to have that 3rd base. Oh, I don't want to get locked in here. So I've got to be careful to actually micro these links so I can get out. He doesn't have upgrades on the links. Oh my goodness. That was really close. Gonna make a couple more mutas. This is gonna be a really good pullback moment. And then the mutalisks are gonna go straight into the main base. These units I'm gonna send over here. Oh, I'm gonna kill a lot of workers here, I think, guys. He's gonna have to send the workers back. He can't do this micro trick. That's the way you counter this, by the way. You do the micro trick with the probes. Oh, the whole position on the links are gonna allow me to kill a couple more probes over here. Then I'm gonna target them. He actually has stalkers in the main base, so I'm gonna send my mutas into the natural. He also has stalkers. This teammate's being pretty crazy, to be honest, not gonna lie. Here we go, the mutas are now online. And mutas, at this point, they're super good. Like, if your opponent do not have a specific counter to them, such as, let's say Phoenixes, that's the most common counter. Here, I'll go and give you vision, my friend, don't worry about it. Then you're just gonna end up running behind the mutas the entire game. Like, it's almost impossible to do anything about it. Let's see, where do you want to go, my friend? You tell me. Okay, here we go. He's gonna blink straight into the main. And now we have mutas and stalk. This is actually such a cool play. Tell me this is not one of the coolest plays you've seen in a while, guys. Mutas allowing the Stalkers to blink up, fighting against just Stalkers with the Mutalisk combined. That's actually an amazing play. Really glad my teammate pinked that for me, because I might have actually not gone for that, but that was a really good play. Now, my teammate, or my opponent, is going for Mutalisk himself, but I think there's no way he's going to have a similar amount of economy as me. I'm going to target the Banelings. The 4th base was dying to the Zerglings, and there we go. All right. I mean, another awesome Zerg game. I've been saying it for a while, but I really am a huge fan of Zerg in 2v2. And this episode gave me 2 new things to look forward to. I mean, the mutas, I already had an idea they would be good without feeding in specific scenarios. If my Protoss opponent goes for Stargate, maybe I don't go for the mutas, maybe then I try the Swarmhost instead, or maybe I just go for the Ultralisk, who knows. But if they don't go for a Stargate, mutas without feeding are absolutely awesome. And this is an extra tactic that I didn't even think about, that I can fight against their Stalkers with mutas and Stalkers by giving my teammate vision, allowing him to blink in. And the first game with the tunneling claws was absolutely fantastic as well. Definitely going to keep that in. I think we're going to play a Terran game next, because I was really excited to try the double factory stuff. Let's do it. All right, game number 3 is with the same Protoss player against a random and a Protoss. Now, this guy I've seen before. I'm going to type it to him fast because I want him to adjust his strategy, you know? What I want to do is go for 1 base 2 factory and just see how it plays out. Really, that's it, you know? I don't know whether this is going to be like a hardcore all-in, or it's just going to be a sick pressure that I can transition from. I have no idea. I was kind of thinking about how in a macro game... Oh, he wants to expand? Okay, he doesn't give a crap about what I said. That's fine. Helps to the best. But in a macro game, going for a double factory open against Protoss Zerg as Terran Protoss is actually a really good build. And normally that's a build that you would never really do in a 1v1, right? And I was kind of inspired to try the same thing, but on one base instead. And just go for like a really fast tank Hellion attack combined with whatever your ally has. I just realized that he ignored my comment entirely just to tell me that this base was his. I mean, last game he did pretty well, so if that's how he rolls, that's how he rolls. What can I say? Now, I'm mostly just curious about how the build actually vibes out. Like, I can't expect a random ally to be 100% on board with my plan and do the exact same things, you know? So it's always going to be a little bit of an experiment by myself. I just want to see how the build rolls, if I can transition well from it, etc. Now, maybe I should have gone for a gas... They didn't have a Terran, right? Oh, it's Protoss random, okay. Maybe I should have gone for gas first. I'm not 100% sure about that. Gonna make factory number 1 over here with 1 space so I can make the add-on. I guess I can always build a depot here later if I have to. It's really not the biggest deal. Then I guess I probably make another marine instead of the reactor so I can afford the second factory. Like, it's 150 and I'm already building 2 factories. You would think that there is some kind of devastating potential that's hiding somewhere, right? Let's see. Oh, it's double Protoss. I'm pretty sure this was the random player. Could be wrong. Yeah, indeed. It is going to be double Protoss, and I'm going to lift this off. Should I make the depot over there? I think there's no need, honestly. They haven't really seemed to be scouting at all. That was a Nexus first, wasn't it? Or was it just a really fast... No, it was actually a Nexus first, looks like. Huh. Interesting. I guess I can make the... Okay, now we already see something about the build to learn. So if you look at the timings of the add-ons, it's the second factory that should be next to the reactor and not the first one. Because the timing doesn't work out for that. In fact, it doesn't really matter where you build the factory because it's, you know, the reactor takes a little bit anyway. Now, I could also go for Cyclone right away. You know what? I'm actually going to try that because it seems like my ally is not 100% on board with the plan, or at least he's not playing aggressive. He even made a battery, so he's definitely not aggressive. So I'm going to go for a Cyclone. Let's see how this works out. I could also play Widow Mines with this, for example. But for now, I'm going to go for Hellion Cyclone. I haven't really gotten any too useful information. I just saw that this guy was playing Nexus first, and this person was playing what is probably a 1-gate expand, but I can't tell for sure. Okay, I'm going to go for another Cyclone first. Guess I'll move across with these as well. Let me start my depot. And then after this, I need to find a place where I can expand. If there's no money to expand at all, then, you know, this is just going to turn into a big 1-base all-in where I also build Marines for the future. This Cyclone is going to be very useful. I hope he... oh, he's actually going in. That's nice. Let me make sure to not auto-lock on to the probes. I think that would be nice over there. Oh, I did lock onto the probes. I mean, I have my 2 Hellions over here. I could have killed that Stalker too. That would have made it even more perfect. But this is already an absolutely awesome attacking build over here. Let me try to run away with this one. Exactly. It's probably going to try to lift it. Exactly. But, I mean, he already used all of his lifts. And I have all these units. I can simply just kill the Stalker. And I can actually expand behind it. So we have found ourselves a little bit of a pressure build. We can also easily kill these Stalkers, by the way. Hellions, I know they're not that good against Stalkers. They're also not that bad. So every single unit dies. And now I can start attacking the wall as well. I could... No, I don't think I'm going to do that. I was going to say I could drop a mule. I don't think I really want to go for that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an armory. And I'm going to go for a bunch of Widow Mines. Like, he's clearly going for... I don't want to say for sure that he's feeding. But he's definitely going for mass phoenixes. That's at least 2 Stargates. That guy is making enough Stalkers that makes me wonder. Or make me think that it's probably not feeding. Let's see. If he's not following me, then I can hide in this bush over here. And I think our economy has been slightly better than there. It kind of depends on how well my teammate has been doing. He's going to go for DTs as well, which is really interesting. I think I'm going to put 1 Widow Mine. Actually, I don't want to kill his probes with the Widow Mine, right? That sounds kind of devastating. SCVs don't die to the Widow Mine splash, but probes would. So I need to be very careful with that for sure. See, I'm going to make Drilling Claws as soon as this is finished. And then now we can kind of play mass Drilling Claw style. I guess he got 2 full hits on the Phoenixes, which is incredible. There we go. Probably put my Cyclone close to the Widow Mine so it doesn't get lifted. Let's see. I could bait him. Yeah, maybe I could go a little further. That guy has a lot of Stalkers. So we're going to have to be careful at dealing with that. Let's see, I'm going to put a couple of Widow Mines over here. Oh, he's going out a little too far with the Phoenixes. Have to be careful with that. I think since he already blinked, we're still gonna get a good fight. Look at that. Okay, that is a fantastic fight, actually. Now, DTs are gonna go... Oh, he actually did make an Oracle, huh? That is a really good move by them to get the Oracle, but I did kill all of those Stalkers, which is really, really nice. I think I could probably put my Widow Mines in the middle of the map. Drilling Claws... Oh, actually, Drilling Claws not finished yet, painfully enough. Let's see, I'll put these over here, and then I'll get this one over here, send this one to the Watchtower. Probably start making a third factory and some actual units now, like tanks. He wants to go. Does he have units? Oh, he does have some units, actually. Okay, then I'm ready to go for it. Yes, sir. He has a Prism as well. I haven't seen any Phoenixes, and then I'm gonna go together with my teammate. Does seem like a bit of a bossy teammate, doesn't it? I mean, he's doing fine, so I don't mind it. Now, what he's waiting for is he's waiting for us to distract him so he can go in with the Prism. That's the play. And I mean, together with these Widow Mines, I don't think the Phoenixes should be able to do a whole lot here. That's the thing. I'm gonna burrow them one by one over here, exactly. Good users of the Oracle. Please don't push my Cyclone into its death. That would be very unfortunate. Okay, that one Stalker, or that one Phoenix should probably die. And now the Prism is going to go into the main base with the DTs. I'm going to burrow these a little closer because they haven't been revelated yet. And I'm going to keep making tanks over here as well. Widowmine are going to absolutely pop off close to that Mineral Life, by the way. They're going to have to be so careful with that. Look how scared the Phoenixes are. Now I'm going to bring my other Widowmines a little bit closer as well. Let's see. I can probably kill those Oracles if he's not careful too. I hope that he protects the Widow Mines with everything he has. The Ts are now going to go into the main base. And I mean, this strategy that my teammate is doing seems really good. I also really like the strategy I'm doing. Wow, okay. That is really, really cool. And what I like so much is that it seemed like we had so much aggressive potential. And I also had really a lot of choices to make, right? Because I could have gone for the Hellion tank. Let's say we're playing against a Zerg, I could go for Blue Flame Hellions with Mass Hellion instead. I could even potentially go for double factory tank. And here, since it was Airtos, I could switch into the Widow Mines and it instantly owned the Phoenixes and it allowed us to attack. Normally against Mass Phoenixes, you have a really hard time attacking because Marines and Stalkers, they usually just have too many Phoenixes, they lift them all up and you're in trouble. But with the Widow Mines, since they have so much potential, they have to be really scared. My teammate going for DTs made this a lot better as well because they were distracted. Really well done by them to have the cannons over here. But this was a really cool play. I actually really liked all of these builds. This Terror Experiment was also awesome. Definitely gonna try this with my teammate Goblin as well at some point. As well as the Tunneling Claws and maybe even the Muta Blink Stalker action. And this was all in all just a fantastic episode. I hope you guys also had a lot of fun. That's gonna be it for today if you guys haven't realized yet. So if you guys had a good time as well, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next video. Adios.